Today I'm going to show you guys how to make what are called bacon wrapped sweet potato pucks. Alright, so pucks, don't let that scare you. The only puck I knew about growing up was a hockey puck, but I promise these will taste better than a hockey puck. Alright, let me just start by talking about potato. When you put a potato in the oven just like this, set it on the pan, throw it in the oven, that's a baked potato. Alright, what you might not know is that when you wrap it in foil and put it on the pan and put it in the oven, that's actually a steamed potato, and the consistency is quite different. Here we're going to have a really moist skin and a moist inner, where with the baked potato it's kind of it's a little bit drier. It's a different texture on the inside and definitely a drier skin. For these potato pucks we're going to wrap these in foil. So I'm just going to take a sweet potato, wrap it in foil like this. I got 4 of these. Wrap them up good and tight. I use the pan because a lot of times the juices will seep out if you set these right on the rack in the oven. So the pan's is kind of a safe bet. And then when you buy these sweet potatoes, if you get them in a bag, obviously you'll have to deal with what you get. But if you're picking the bulk ones, it's best to get ones that are uniform. They're all the same size, so that when you roast them, they're all done at the same time. Alright, so here, probably this one's going to take the longest, and this one will take the shortest amount of time, and that's just a little bit more work to monitor that. So just find ones that are all the same size. Alright, we're going to wrap them in foil, stick them in the oven, 350 for about an hour to hour and 15 minutes. Set these right in here, and it just so happens that I already have 3 fairly uniform potatoes already cooked off. Alright, so I've cooked these. When they come out of the oven, I let them rest on the counter for a little bit and then stick them in the fridge to cool them down. Alright, I'm just going to open these up. And like I said, see how delicate this skin is? It's really moist. You can see the moisture coming out of it. With a baked potato, no foil, you're not going to find that. Alright, we want these to kind of keep their shape. So that's why we're going with the steamed version. Let's get one more out here. And I mean, honestly, after working out, like just like this, heat that up in the microwave for a couple minutes, that's perfect for me. I like that with some meat. What I'm going to do is just cut these ends off and get the skin off. You can peel the skin off just with your fingers usually. Just like that. And then I'll just kind of search it over quick for any, you know, brown or green spots. I'll just use this one as an example. So what I would do here is take, maybe shave off a little bit of that, and then I'll cut it into little discs. We're going to say right about there, maybe 3/8 of an inch, a half an inch, and we'll go with 4 right out of the center of each potato. So 6 sweet potato pucks. Alright, so now I got the potatoes peeled and sliced. Out of 3 potatoes, we got 15 pucks. Alright, now I have some bacon. This is just regular, kind of run-of-the-mill bacon, thin sliced. It's going to be key. We don't want the thick stuff. I'm going to lay out 1 piece, alright, and then I'll take a puck and I'll set it here, bring it across, and you can even spread it out a little bit. Pull it wide so it covers the whole face, and then roll it over, and then I want you to cut it right here. Alright, we're going to set that side down, sear those 2 pieces together to start the cooking process for this. With that, you will know how wide to cut the rest of your bacon. Alright, we're going to cut it in half, and then again, take and kind of spread it wide. I'm going to set this right in the middle, wrap it, fold it over, the seam side down, just like that. Alright, so I'm just going to do the rest of these, then we'll go to the stove and I'll show you guys how to sear them out. here we go. I got these sweet potatoes wrapped in bacon. There's 15 of them. Took me about 49 seconds. I got my pan preheated here. It's a non-stick pan. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil to kind of lube the pan, and then the bacon should take care of it from there. There's plenty of fat, nice and hot, and I should be able to get most of these in here. I'm just gonna do it 15 at a time. Alright, now these make great snacks. You don't just have to eat them at the holidays, for the holidays, right? You can eat them any time of the year. Get these set in here. And all we're doing on that bottom side is just searing that seam together, the joint where the two pieces of bacon overlap. You want to sear that together. At the same time, you don't want to overcrowd the pan. So this here maybe is a hair overcrowded, but we had it good and hot to start, so this should be all right. I'm gonna let this cook. It'll probably take, let's say 5 minutes. 5 minutes on this side, and then we'll come back, flip them, and see how that bottom side looks. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and we are going to flip over our potato pucks here, and you'll see how that bacon is nice and crisp on the one side. We've sealed this into a little bundle. Maybe some of these are a little bit dark, but I think they look good. I turned the heat down, turn that down just a little bit here. And then you can kind of see the hot spot right in here, so I'm just going to move a couple of these to the outside and a couple of the outside ones in. And here. And then let's move alright, something like that. Okay? And you'll see a lot more of the fat from the bacon is rendering. And you can kind of pass that back and forth. What we want to do is try to crisp up these side pieces. Right, I'm not too worried about it, but as much as you can also push those up against the side of the pan, and that'll help crisp up those little side pieces. Even if they don't get that cooked, they'll be cooked enough, and they'll taste good. So let's say another 3 minutes on this side, then we'll pull them out, and at that point they're ready to eat. You can cool them down and reheat them later. You can eat them as snacks, whatever you want to do. So there you go. So these have cooked for another 3 to 4 minutes. And as you can see, the other side is crisp. So I'm just going to take these out, kind of feather them right in this pan here, serving dish. And I said before, these are good cooled down, just kind of like finger food. Just to snack on, something that's nice and healthy. But if you put a dish full of these at the Christmas or the Thanksgiving table, it won't last long. Alright? Another 15 of them in that might last 2 to 3 minutes at the Massey family dinner. Massey holiday, Massey Thanksgiving dinner. So there you have it. Bacon wrapped sweet potato pucks.